Previously on Battle Network 6, we tried to go to an aquarium, there was a pirate guy there, he was throwing a hissy fit, we had to go home. Basically, it was a fucking waste of everyone's time.
The exciting Battle Network 6, everybody.
It's like every chapter just, starts with Lan waking up, and of course it's Mega Man who has to wake him up.
That's true. I mean, his mom certainly can't be fucking bothered to do it. I mean, it's been like 6 games now. I think after a while she's like, hey, you know what? Mega Man, just do it. I got shit to do, okay?
But before we head back to Seaside Town, we have a tutorial for a new function, which I believe I've only used in this very tutorial. I haven't really been tinkering with it that much.
Well, this is the upgrade for the Navi Custom, which I believe, let me just double check this.
Okay.
But I believe is a function that appeared in Mega Man Battle Network 3.
Okay.
And what it basically is, it's like a grid, and lets you install programs onto that grid to customize Mega Man in particular ways, give them special effects, things like that. Yes, I was right, Mega Man Battle Network 3, I remember it that much.
Oh yeah, you're 1 for 1 in this part so far.
Now the thing is about the Navi Customizer is that in particular versions, depending on how you do it, you can actually set up errors that give you unique effects at the cost to make Mega Man super buggy and shit.
Okay.
So, if you know what you're doing, much like with a lot of the earlier Battle Network games, you can create some fucking bonkers setups with the Navi Customizer.
The undershit in the gift folder.
I like how it's from Support Cunt.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, maybe we should mark that as spam. Don't want that coming into my email, Jesus.
I mean, a Navi Customizer used to be good, but then they keep sending you emails. You always gotta upgrade security, but they gotta load ads in the background. It's fucking awful, man.
So who is this guy? He just appears sometimes and starts talking to you.
Oh shit, I don't know. I think it's just like a random NPC portrait they decided to use for this very purpose. I don't even know if he's got a name.
There was a guy in Seaside Town who was selling chips that used this portrait.
Yeah, and he's telling you about a main rule here is that all the programs have to cross this particular line.
Okay.
And if they don't, it won't work. So you really can't just throw any old shit in there. Some programs are bigger, some of them are smaller. You know, it's really kind of... It's more of a complex game than it needs to be, I have to admit, but at the same time, it's kind of fun seeing what you can cram in there. It's sort of like when you play Diablo, like the earlier Diablos, not Diablo 3, because it doesn't want you to have fun. You had a certain inventory space, and you had to try to, all the shit you picked up, you had to, flip and twist around to cram in all the boxes of your inventory. You had to decide what to sell, things like that. And gold also took up space until the second game. That was fun, by the way.
It just reminds me of a Professor Layton puzzle, honestly, where you've got to slide the blocks about until they all fit into a specific space.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I believe you can only have, it says up here in this little bar, only up to 4 particular colors, because the programs are colored, because of course they are. Anything to prevent you from making a super really OP kind of build. I do have to appreciate, how as the games have advanced, you've been able to kind of tinker with Mega Man in a lot of ways. He is a program, after all, so it definitely makes sense. You didn't screw it up, Tom. Thank you.
Nice. I followed the FAQ. Exactly. Oh god, error, shutting down.
Oh, I see. See, I tried to install some updates on my Windows recently and the damn thing just hangs, so I'm guessing that can also happen with Mega Man.
Oh, I tried to install Pokemon Go on Mega Man and there was a backdoor virus. Shit.
Do we have a computer virus Pokemon? I guess a Rotom is probably the closest thing, since it's basically like the Pulse Man of the Pokemon universe. I'm guessing if you install a Rotom onto a NetNavi, it really would not end well.
Well, he's more of just a electric poltergeist, Porygon, or Porygon Z, I think, would more fit that criteria.
Yeah, that's true. I cannot believe I actually forgot about Porygon, the electric soldier Porygon, the man responsible for his special ultimate ability to blind all of our nation's children.
Hey, I would like to point out that in that particular Porygon episode, it was not that Pokemon who caused the seizure effects, it was Pikachu's hitting something and exploding and causing that light effect.
That is true, because the flashing of Pikachu's lightning was it was on a particular wavelength. That's what caused the seizures. Porygon doesn't have anything cool like that. What are you, nuts?
I think the last time I saw Porygon giving it all this was in Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, has it even, like, returned to the anime? It's been, like, years. And I know at the time it was a problem. Like, I'm not denying that, so naturally, okay, let's not have Porygon for a while. But it's been, like, 10, 15 years since that showed up. Is he ever gonna show up in the anime again? I bet he probably has, but, you know.
Who knows, who knows. Anyway, getting back to the luscious Battle Network plot, we can finally visit the aquarium!
Yeah, we're still in this whole, weird side mission to figure out why this penguin won't leave Mick alone, you know, get him some fish, get him a place to be, things of that nature.
Well, it's not even a side mission, it's the core of the plot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's one of the problems of Battle Network. They treat some stuff as... You want to be going on more exciting adventures, but the games are just like, let's fuck around in this pointless side area, but it's actually kind of important.
I don't know, there's like a certain charming, like, cozy appeal to this, like... One minute you'll be destroying viruses on the net. Oh god, the internet is in turmoil. The next minute, do you want to go out for ice cream or something? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of like an episodic anime kind of feel, where everything seems like only sparsely connected, but then as the game goes on, everything starts becoming more serial-like in terms of how the plot progresses. No, not that kind. I like it, you know, sometimes. I don't know, I guess when you're dealing with Battle Network and considering all the stuff Land has done so far, you're kind of looking for more exciting stuff than Land goes to the aquarium.
Okay, I just can't pass over this. Back there was a hell of a typo. It was so bad I even put it on Twitter. Yeah, you are Mav. Brilliant.
Good thing you recognize one out of many Rockhopper penguins that doesn't apparently have his identification tag or whatsoever.
Well, maybe this guy isn't a penguin racist, Mr. I treat every penguin as the same guy.
Why do you assume that I hate penguins, alright? I don't hate penguins as a species, I hate character that is bad. And let's face it, that guy who was a penguin in Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a fucking creepo. Don't deny it.
What was his name again?
I think his dub name was Clump or Crump or Trump.
Crump sounds about right,
yeah. Yeah, that seems accurate. But, you know, he was all, you know, knowing about, like, Taya's fucking dress size or shit like that. I'm like, how did you even get that information? Oh, wait, the internet. That's probably how.
Yeah, dodgy. Very appropriate for this game, but dodgy all the same.
They do list that in the wiki.
Okay. Cool. Bring a penguin back to the aquarium manager and get a free day at the aquarium. Just for those of you who want to know how to blag your way into public places.
I think I may have mentioned this before in this playthrough or to somebody else at work. I have not actually really been to aquarium. If I have, I think it was like one time, and I was like 7 or 8, and I sure do not remember it. I think I recall being more amazed by the bathrooms and how the advanced technology was in there, as opposed to just like the fish and stuff like that. I really don't remember. It's been a long time.
Were you just confused by the concept of all these, like, fish in, like, really large tanks? Mum, there's, like, they're trapped in there, get them out!
Well, let's be honest, the ocean, it can be a really confusing place. Have you seen some of the shit that lurks on the ocean floor, dude?
Yes, I've had many nightmares about anglerfish, thanks for bringing it up.
I love that sign back there of that guy doing like a kickflip off. I know it's like danger, but it looks more rad than anything, and I kind of want to try it.
Warning, being rad on the stairs will cause you to get your ass thrown out of here.
The aquarium is not a place for cool kids, I'm sorry. You don't see like... You see, like, teenagers, they hang out, where do they hang out? They hang out at the mall, they hang out at the arcade. Well, not anymore, we don't have arcades these days. But they don't hang out at the aquarium, or, God, I think one time I've seen, like, teenagers hang out at Walmart. That was their place to hang, alright? And I'm just saying, like, to be fair, the malls nearby where I live, they suck. So I'm not really surprised they went to Walmart to hang out.
Pay attention to all these factoids that are being brought up here, by the way. Believe it or not, they will come into play in a little bit.
Yeah, I guess they weren't kidding when you have to go to school and actually learn about this kind of stuff.
Crabs own, mate.
Crabs are pretty good, like, going back to Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
You know, I've always been a fan of Kingler. Kingler's actually been sort of one of my underrated favorites. I used to really rock a Tentacruel, but if I ever went back and did that again, I was just you know, like if I'm like doing Pokemon Blue or whatever, I'm gonna go with the Kingler this time, just because he's my boy, you know?
Well, I'm assuming like Kingler and by extension Krabby are king crabs, so maybe they should bring in like a spider crab or something.
That'd be interesting. I mean, they've made like several different species of the same animal already in Pokemon. You might as well. Hell, they recycled Pikachu in the new shots that we've seen.
Oh yeah, like at the time that we're recording this, which is the 13th of July to date the episode, there's been 2 new Pokemon released. I cannot tell you their Japanese names for the life of me, but one is like a pink and black sort of really big teddy bear, like 6 foot, who looks cute, but likes to smash things. In fact, the people of Alola, or whatever the region is called in 7th Gen, have been warned like away from it, and apparently raising one can put your life at risk.
Yeah, because it's strong enough to snap logs in half when it hugs you. So yeah, that's your spine. Have fun with that, guys.
Yeah, and he's a normal and fighting type, which is new, I think. And another new typing is the Ghost and Fairy one, who is like... It's like a ghost wearing a sheet, but the sheet is in the shape of like a Pikachu. And if you lift up the sheet, God knows why you'd want to, but if you lift up the sheet, you get sick. So, you know, the Pokedex is basically the Necronomicon at this point. Don't read that shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's probably just making, like, their own Pokemon creepypasta at this point. You know what? Nintendo wants to own everything, even the fan theories that surround it, so it'll just make its own, you know what I'm saying?
Just to loosely tie this whole thing back into Battle Network, there was rumors of, like, a dolphin Pokemon. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be interesting. I'm not sure how they would do it. Would they do it like the traditional cute and friendly, oh, it's a dolphin, great? Or would they do how dolphins really are in real life, and we all know that?
Ah, the clowns of the sea.
Yeah. They should really pair it up with like whatever alien Pokemon they come up with next so we can get an Echo the Dolphin reference.
I'm pretty sure you have to read all the factoids and like talk to everyone in this area. You know, a Battle Network staple at this point.
It's just like, sometimes the progression is really kind of lazy in these games where it's just talk to everyone, even though you couldn't possibly care, although, like you said earlier, you do kind of need to know where this stuff is in order to solve some puzzles that are going to be coming up later on. Well, just throw the penguin in there, I mean, it looks fine. I'm sure they'll, you know, get used to each other.
I'm pretty sure if David Attenborough had the funding, he would solve the penguins' flight issues by giving all of them jetpacks.
Trying to remember who David Attenborough is.
He is one of the most famous documentarians in the world.
Oh, okay. Because you said the first syllable of that word, and I sat there and I thought, wait a minute, is he one of those Doctor Who's that I've heard so much about?
Ah, yes, David Attenborough, the 13th Doctor.
Ah, okay, makes sense. Okay, Lan, you're watching Algae. That's just algae and they put it on screen. Alright, that saves money.
Time to jack into the algae, he said the magic word.
Wow, it's just as muddy as the actual thing. I always loved how, I guess that's in order of a, you know, a memory saving feature and things like that, considering the fact that this is like a weird overhead, you know, perspective. They always have different backgrounds for like the areas you check into based on where you are, and I always love the little animations they have going on, you know. It's just kind of fun to see how they came up with something that decided to loop back and forth. It's kind of neat.
Well, it's just like, you know, one of those ancient screensavers on PCs. I had a Simpsons one, I believe.
Oh man, they should have done one, and they probably have, maybe in Battle Network 5, which I did not play a lot of. Like, they should have done, like, one where the background was, like, my favorite old school screensaver was the one where you're just flying through the cosmos, and it's just a star effect, you know, like, flying up to the corners of the screen, but it looks like you were cruising through space. I always loved that one, myself, and I kind of want to see if they did something like that for a Battle Network background.
One of my favourites was the one where it's basically like a maze, and it goes through on its own.
I never had that one. I've seen it. Like, I know what you're talking about, but I never had that one. The ones I always had were the star one, the one where it twisted, like, shapes across the screen. They're, like, multicolored, things like that. The one where it shoots Windows logos at you. Oh, man. Some of my earliest memories revolve around the screensavers of shitty 386 processor computers. Like, my dad, like, even back in the day, I was like, whoa, a 386, that's nuts. I had no idea what that meant, but the numbers sounded really impressive, so I was invested.
It's high, so just going by my rudimentary knowledge of numeracy, it's gotta be good.
I remember being disappointed that there was no 586, because they had a 386, a 486. Where's the 586? Pentium, what's that? Oh my god.
we should be pretty much done with the factoid collecting now.
No, I want to learn more. I have to know everything. I gotta know more than Mail because she's a nerd.
Dolphins over here, sharks over here.
They should measure fishes by how many punches they can take, just in case you ever need that knowledge.
Excuse me, I believe the plural of fish is, in fact, fish.
Oh, fish eye. I'm sorry. Announcement, get out.
Ah, the dolphin and seals. My favourite of the aquarium shows, right next to Ride the Llama.
And the budget is so bad that the dolphins and seals had to share the same show together, because Whammoo, or Shamu, I'm sorry.
Nice.
Whammoo the killer whale. They should totally do that. But Whammoo's taking up all the space.
Ah, funny.
It means butt. Oh, wow, look at that. I love the limited graphics on this seal right here. It's shifting up and down a little bit to imply motion, but I'm looking at it full screen, so I can see all of the pixels and where the art is clipped, so it moves up and down.
The secrets behind Let's Plays.
Or, Game Boy Advance games. It is kind of neat to see. Okay, you know what? I think you need a wetsuit for that.
No, just going out in office attire is fine.
I don't fucking care. This is my day off from my accounting job.
Yeah, I'm not even working right now. In fact, I don't even work at the aquarium.
She should have surfed that. Just kind of stood on her heels. Yeah, let's do it, man.
Hey, that's the after hours show, okay? That's the blue show. Ah, right. The last trainer must have been the pirate dude who got fucking fired for being a prick.
Oh, how did you imply that besides this obvious dialogue?
Bit on the nose is Battle Network, but then again, I don't know why I keep trying to be an authority on Battle Network. I've only played this game and not even all of it yet.
Hey, I'm not even that much of an authority either, but this is a bad idea, by the way, just picking somebody from the audience to kind of ride them. I don't know if they do that, like, in real life, but I would imagine that would have to be, like, heavily organized and, supervised for that kind of thing.
Oh no, Willie's beached and he crushed our boy! I'm trying to not have fun over here, Lan. Don't make me have fun.
No, it's totally embarrassing not to see bitchin' sea animals. Like, what kid wouldn't want to see, like, dolphins and like, sharks do shit at the aquarium,
Well, if there's an arcade at the aquarium, I could probably understand why he wouldn't, or she.
That's true, because I remember from my 8th grade trip, we went bowling, and I did not actually bowl, but I spent that time playing the arcade machines.
You've told this story like 3 separate times now.
But it's a good story, and it says so much about me as a character.
Yeah, I suppose so. Write it down in the HFC lore book.
I'm Mick, the strongest 5th grader around.
Yes, I know, Mick, that's your one defining character trait.
You need a NetNavi Wurfadam, by the way. Hey, I invented mine. It's pretty easy. Just post it on the internet, and I'm sure somebody will care.
What was mine again? Repeat, man?
Yeah, and I told you the story about Dragon Man EXE and his camaraderie of friends.
Yeah, I think that was in part 1, actually.
I could tell it again if you wanted.
Wait till we get to a really bad bit where we have nothing to say, and then I'll ask you to repeat stuff.
Okay, alright. Well, I have some stuff to bring out when we get to particular points for a while.
Remember, don't be rad.
Yeah, don't be cool, man. He's wearing roller skates and he walked up the stairs with him. He is the kid on that poster.
Oh, I'm going to be so naughty.
You wanna buy some peanuts?
So yeah, he basically drove the animals too hard, and the aquarium kind of likes to not have animals die within its premises, so he just had to get the boot at that point.
I mean, he lost a paycheck, though. I wonder what he's doing now. I mean, he still has to eat. As an evil genius, I would presume.
Well, there's a fish stick stand nearby. You could probably try manning that, although I think it may be automated, so...
The wonders of the future, I suppose.
Alright, time to go back home.
Just roller skate up the stairs. That still, amazes me after all this time.
It does look, Lan's animation, like he's roller skating, like Shadow the Hedgehog or something.
We're not kawaii desu. Not yet.
Oh, Jesus, what now?
Eek, the fish sticks are automated. Blood mermaid. Oh, nothing that cool, I'm afraid. Cars, what are you doing?
On a good day, I would say that piranha's like bopping about everywhere, and that's pretty rad, actually. You know what? Fuck what I was going to say. That's rad.
You want to come here now, don't you? Just because the whole place is going to pot.
The world's most rad aquarium. It's the whole town. The whole town is an aquarium.
That's why that sign was there, to prepare you for the rad aquarium. Stay off the moors.
Oh, Jesus. Sharks are bad, but alligators? Oh, no.
Alligators are just sharks that don't want to commit to the ocean.
The fuck?
Mick's an idiot, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there.
But he likes the penguin, so that humanizes him.
I suppose I'm not really believing it myself.
Well, I guess we should wrap up this part now, but don't forget to come back tomorrow because we are updating on weekends, so come back then for parts 8 and 9. See you then!